Future of office is officeless. Any economy around the world, average 54% of the economy are fueled by SME. So, what is SME, ladies and gentlemen? If you don't open your shop and sell Kato Primo, you die for the day. That is gig economy. When I was invited on 26 September to speak at the PMI conference worldwide with 550 virtual participants, I presented that as a project manager, it's a gig economy. We hire you for the project, and after the project, you're jobless. So I received a lot of feedback after that. Say, Mr. Chee-Peng, being a project manager is one of the most prestigious and luxurious job. Are you sure it's going to happen that way? I say, sir, it has already happened, right? So if we can take project manager as a gig economy, ladies and gentlemen, do you think anybody's job in this room is safe? The answer is very obvious. So what are we going to add value? We're going to say business unusual is going to be life-centered. If you start thinking about me and not we, it sounds very typical. But this time, COVID-19 bring to the fore and accentuated this meaning. Very simple. Chee-Peng, why you wear face shield? Because I respect you. Because I know when you go home, there are children waiting for you. I wear face shield to protect you from me. So if Chee-Peng were to survive, then you need to survive first. So that mentality, if we do not propagate throughout, we will be taken. The second wave will surely come to Mauritius, as exemplified in Europe, Singapore, China, and everywhere else. Do you know there is no such thing as immunity? Come vaccine. 3 weeks ago in Paris, the question being asked of vaccine is this. What vaccine? It's 50% effectiveness. So it's a placebo. If you believe it's good, it will be effective. If you believe it's not good, it won't be effective. And then the second question floored everybody else in the conference. What was the question? How old are you? Oh, 45. This is the vaccine. And you? 35. Wait. Let me see whether I got a 35-year-old vaccine. So guys, the game is different. This is what we mean by the next normal. If you are not comfortable doing this kind of thing, and you think things can go back to normal, you are sorely mistaken, as I have been exemplified in Europe, where it's going through a terrible second wave now, right? So business unusual. So because of that, we need to ask a question. The question is the last point in red. It is a resilient economy. What does it mean? We have always been talking about, before COVID-19, that we need to optimize everything. But guess what? The most optimized operation fail. Because once certain thing is shut down, you have no way to run that particular operation in parallel. So what do we start thinking? Let's have a backup, right? So 50% of people work from this side, and then the other 50% work from side B. Therefore, creating what? Creating redundancy. And the name for that is called what? It's called resilience. So my friend, resilience has taken out optimization of the equation. For you, sitting down, you need to ask yourself, why does COVID-19 happen? Chee-Peng, you use the present tense. Yes, it hasn't gone away. And anything big signify a change of era. So today, we are not going to talk about Industry 4.0. I'm sorry, we misled you. Today, we're going to talk about Industry 5.0. Because in every single industry revolution, the first one, 1784, why did it happen? It happened because the rise of capitalism. Why did the second Industry 2.0 happen? Because people become very comfortable, they become very opulent, they go to town and they created something called urbanization. And because of urbanization, the demand become increase manifold, and therefore they need to mass produce to meet the demand of urbanization. Why did third industry 3.0 happen? The third industry happened at the end of 60s and early 70s because of automation. So there is a rise of the IT people, right? So we automate everything. Why did we have fourth industrial revolution? It started in 2011. Chancellor Merkel announced this. Nobody paid attention, right? It happened because of the need to put machine in the middle of everything. So physical, digital, and biological come together, right? So what is the impact of this? We have a new definition of digital workers. Unscrupulous people start putting people aside, a lot more layoff, and people that are not upskilling will lose their job. So is this something good or bad? The jury is still out, but then come COVID-19. Before COVID-19, we always tell you 2025 is the tipping point because that is where the dramatic change will happen. Ladies and gentlemen, last month, not a country lockdown, it's a worldwide lockdown. For a thing that we cannot see, it's not even a living thing. Is this a big change? If you agree with me it's a big change, it signifies the end of an era. And therefore, practitioners like us are saying that we need now to go to Industry 5.0. So therefore, what is Industry 5.0? If Industry 4.0 put machine in the middle of everything, in the name of profit and whatnot, I think it's a wake-up call. I believe it's a wake-up call. And because of this wake-up call, we now need to start putting human in the middle of the thing. Therefore, a human-centric approach towards the next growth is what we are talking about today. This is going to be totally relevant to everyone here. If not for your own organization where you come from, think about yourself and your family, okay? Future of office is officeless. And what about gig economy? Look at what you need to do, and most of you have done this during the lockdown. So you are now well prepared for the gig economy. I suggest to you, COVID-19 happened for a reason. You can see the silver lining, or you can keep blaming how you wish things will be back to normal. There is no such thing as back to normal. Welcome to the next normal, right? And let me close by telling you, future of work. Future of work is no work unless you position yourself on something what we call critical skills. Do not go and engage your bosses and say, I want to be a COO, because that doesn't happen anymore. We do not talk about critical roles. Why? Because of contingent working, people will be slashed, and the minimum people that we want to retain will have to play multiple roles. I hope you agree with the argument. And because you have to play multiple roles, question is, do you have the skill to play the multiple roles? And if you do, then the talent management will now focus on how to enable a single person with multiple skill set so that he or she can play multiple roles. And this is what downsizing to all companies. 50% of the organization that I spoke to, large organization around the world, have slashed 50% of their staff, slashed 20% of the salary. If you do not have this experience, congratulations, you're good. You are abnormal. The normal one has gone through this. Some has gone through 80% salary cut. So my friend, let me conclude and pass back to Anil to introduce the next speaker. What is digital workers? We will conclude today at 5 o'clock when I present the action plan, as mentioned by all the speakers. We are going to visit digital workers and something called Generation Z. If you attended the previous masterclass, we talk about how Generation M will take over the world by 2025. I'm sorry, something called COVID happened. I did not plan for COVID. I didn't know about COVID. But since COVID has happened, we do not talk about Generation M anymore. I'm sorry. We now talk about Generation Z. These are people we call digital native. So, Chee-Peng, what's the difference? Digital native are people that do not know the era where there is no internet. They are born, bred in the internet world. Therefore, they are the new digital society, and they are the new kingpin and queenpins of the economy. So the more we need to know about this, the more we are better managing the contingent workers in the new gig economy.